You're listening to The Breakfast Show with Ben and Liam. They're on your radio, and that's why you can't see them. So stay for a while, they're gonna make you smile. And whatever you do, don't touch that dial. You're feeling fine, waking up to the sunshine with Ben and Liam.
G'day there, podcaster.
Ooh, yeah, the Recap All Around Australia podcast. A lot of guests in this one. It's funny because this show is actually like, it's supposed to be our best bits of the week. But you know when they're chucking like Dr. Chris Brown, Jason Clarke, Quincy Isaiah, George Ezra in it, it means they're like, hey, we want less of you and more of other people.
Are all those people in it?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, this week was a good week for interviews.
Yeah, and some like pretty heavy hitters
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, and you know what? Next week, the biggest star yet.
Who?
I'll tell you at the end of this podcast.
I'll be the first one to admit I'd probably make my cat sick if it meant I could go see this guy. He's Australia's favourite vet, but has now made his mark all over our TVs on The Project, I'm a Celeb, The Living Room, and now he's helping some of the cutest puppies find a home in Channel 10's show The Doghouse. Please welcome Dr. Chris Brown.
Good morning, Doctor. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it is my pleasure, truly.
Oh, so great to have some feel-good TV back on our screens. I think it's needed now more than ever. We were actually talking about your show yesterday, Dr. Chris Brown, because we were asking people like what made them cry that perhaps shouldn't have, and we got this call from a woman called Michelle.
When I watched the commercials, so Doghouse Australia, where they're matching the dog to the family, the new family.
Yeah. That's the one.
It's so sad. Yeah, it's so sad.
It's so happy, isn't it? So Dr. Chris Brown, she was crying just from the commercial.
Just from the ad.
Yeah, that's a powerful bit of marketing there, but you can see why though. Like it is a very pure show, and as you say, like it is something I think we need. There's so much stress, there's so much anxiety and tragedy in our lives at the moment that just to have something go right is going to be something that I think we all want to come into our lives, and so just to see dogs catch a break, I think why not? I think it's almost like half an hour of therapy. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a lovely show. I mean, you recently adopted a dog yourself. How's he going?
Look, he's going well. He is actually from the same shelter as the doghouse. I had my own little doghouse experience.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting to adopt. I was just doing some work at the shelter and just casually said, "Oh, look, if you get a dog who can potentially get along with a cat who needs a home, then let me know." And look, it is quite a thing to be a vet and have by far and away the worst behaved dog in the dog park.
Yeah, right. Yeah, people
it's a real treat. I've seen more raised eyebrows in the last few months than in my entire life. People love to be able to just remind you that that's your dog over there who is chasing the six dogs who won't come back when he's called. It's just that it is a cavalcade of different disasters.
Yeah.
But I kind of love it, and he definitely gets away with it. So we're working on it, and we're making progress, which is important.
That's definitely the chat around Bondi. Like, I don't even reckon he's a real vet. Like that dog has no idea. I'm better at training my pet. Also, how good for what's your dog's name that you adopted?
Buzz.
How good for Buzz? Like there's being in the situation where you need to be adopted, that's sad, but then literally getting adopted by the person everyone thinks of when you think, oh, how to look after a pet.
Yeah.
It's literally you. He's hit the doggy lottery.
He certainly has. And look, Dr. Chris Brown, you're famous for loving pets, but how well do you know famous pets? We thought we'd test out your knowledge this morning. We've got a couple of famous pets in front of us, Liam.
Yeah, so basically it's like the fantails. You know the back of fantails? It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I'll go through three sentences to see if we can nail them. I love riding in my mum's basket. I was once insulted by a witch. I live in Kansas. I am...
This is the only one I'll get. It is Toto.
It is.
Well done.
From The Wizard of Oz. Okay. I'm fat. I'm not talking about myself. I'm fat. I love lasagna. My human's name is John. And my dog brother is Odie.
You are a very big ginger cat that's adorable, but you're Garfield.
You're bloody good at
Two
this.
for two.
Last one here. I'm scared of Barnaby Joyce. He threatened to euthanize me. My dad once played Willy Wonka. I am...
The adorable and often misunderstood Pistol and Boo.
Yes. 3 for 3. He knows his pets.
Well done. The Doghouse Australia returns tonight at 7:30 on 10. Dr. Chris Brown, thanks for joining us this morning.
Hey, pleasure. Thank you very
See you,
much.
mate.
Hey, maths last night. Olivia revealed what she did when she was someone's bridesmaid. It was a little crazy.
I was a bridesmaid for a dear friend. She picked out these awful brown bridesmaids dresses. She asked me if I liked them, and I was like, I don't, I hate them. They're disgusting. Like, why are you making me dress like a poo? And then she got cranky with me and she fired me for being a bridesmaid, and then she asked for it back. I cut it up and sent it to her into 5 pieces with the kitchen scissors, just chop, chop, chop. So...
That's insane. That is insane.
It's insane, isn't it? Like, my initial thought on that is it's not about you on that day.
Who cares?
Like, who cares?
Who cares
Put the
if you
dress
look
on.
like a poo?
If she wants you to dress... I'm assuming that's like there was like one of the themed colours.
Yeah.
Put the poo dress on.
Just shut up and wear the poo dress. It's not your wedding, is it?
And then to cut it up.
And send it back.
What?
I mean, the cheek. Bridal party drama.
Yeah. Maybe you kicked someone out of the bridal party. Maybe you were in the bridal party and you got kicked out.
Yeah. 13 24 10. Bridal party dramas.
Ronnie joins us now. Ronnie, you were the bride. What was the drama?
Well, I had 4 bridesmaids, and all the way through for probably the 6 months leading up to the wedding, we had pink dresses, and I wanted to wear hats, so everyone had hat fitting. We had all that, and then 4 weeks before the wedding, one of my bridesmaids decided that she didn't want to wear the hat and chucked an absolute wobbly.
I love that.
And rang me. Back then we didn't have mobiles. They rang me on the landline at home at my parents' house and said, you need to come and see me right now. Otherwise, if you don't, I won't be in your wedding.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm not going to pander to this. So I didn't go see her and I kicked her out and
100%.
got another bridesmaid. And I haven't spoken to her for 32 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, you can't, choose a different hill to die on. You can't be like, I will not wear the hat.
If the bride wants you to wear a hat, just put the hat on.
You got to wear it. Okay, last one. Kelly, bridal party drama.
Hello, Ben and Liam. How are you?
Very good,
Yes,
thank
I've
you.
had a bridal party drama the morning of my best friend's wedding. Her sister didn't make it to the bridesmaid dress fitting the week before the wedding, and the morning of the wedding she couldn't squeeze into her dress.
Oh.
And as much as me and the other bridesmaid tried our hardest to offer to swap dresses or wear a jacket or anything, she completely cracked it and didn't come to her sister's wedding.
Whoa, because she couldn't fit in the dress and she refused to go to
That's
the
a
wedding.
lot. That's a
Yes.
big jump up, isn't it?
Yeah, we even said, okay, just don't come to the ceremony. Go home, put on whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable in, and meet us at the
reception.
after party. Reception. And no, she didn't go to that either.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
Well, at least you got to move up in the line, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Maid of honour. We all remember the palaver about the dress in 2015. Was it gold? Was it blue and black? Then there was this debacle.
Laurel.
Yanni or Laurel. Well, there's a new one, guys. It all kicked off over the weekend after a relatively unknown Twitter user, Ryan Nixon, shared a poll asking this very simple question. Is there more doors or wheels in the world?
At first, you think, well, I'm sure right now you've made your mind up. You've gone, oh, it's obviously this, it's obviously this. But then when you really start the discussion, it's almost impossible to answer. But I think it's definitely wheels.
It's interesting you say that because it's obviously doors.
Why do you say doors, sir?
Well, I mean, if you think of one high-rise apartment, thousands of internal doors, cabinets, elevators, fire escapes. Yeah.
That's it?
Well, I mean, there's more of an argument, but let's have a discussion here.
Think about wheels, that you got bikes. Think about Amsterdam alone with the amount of bikes they ride around. You got wheelbarrows on job sites. You got wheelchairs. You got wheels on suitcases. Every house has at least 3 suitcases in their house.
Well, you know what? You know what a suitcase has?
What?
A little door on it.
Not as many as wheels. You got toy cars.
All right,
Think
well,
about
yeah.
all the toy cars in the world.
Interesting you say toy, because you know what a car has? 4 wheels and 5 doors. It's one more door than wheels.
Not all cars. Plus, toy cars don't have doors. They don't open.
We can go on all day here, but, I mean, interested to get your thoughts. 13 24 10. What do you reckon? Are there more doors or wheels in the world?
Maybe you're on team door, and I'm not seeing this from the right perspective. Maybe you can change my mind, but I'm pretty confident that it's wheels.
Leanne, what do you think? More doors in the world or more wheels?
Hi, boys. I reckon doors.
Why doors?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm sitting in a car park looking at all the cars with doors. They do have wheels.
Yeah.
But I'm also looking at a hotel, and there's so many doors in there. So it's got to be doors.
Yeah, but
doors.
then I've already made this point, Liam, but think about all of the trains, all of the rubbish bins.
Just think about one hotel, right? Like every
I get
single
that.
shower door, like
I get
everything.
that. I
There's
get
so
that.
many more doors than wheels.
Think about all the trucks in the world.
Do you reckon there's more structures where people live in than trucks? No.
Cameron joins us now. Cameron, what do you think?
Wheels.
Thank you very much, sir.
Why
Why?
are you saying that, Cam?
Well, I'm working in construction sites. You know how many sap trucks and dollies and all that have wheels?
Yep.
And there's trucks, and you know, and also I drove past a truck with tyres on it. Man, how many tyres do you reckon are in the back of that truck?
Kristen joins us now. More doors or wheels? What do you think and why?
I think there's more doors because they're around longer.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't.
I
I
get
don't accept that argument.
That's a great argument.
I don't accept that.
no, I get it. You know, I've just thought of a whole new door, a gate, side gate. So
It doesn't matter.
That's well, you've just been outnumbered, I think.
Look, Liam, I think there's only one authority on this.
Yes, and it is the man who originally started this viral debate online. Ryan Nixon, the man who did the original tweet, joins us now.
Guys, how you doing?
Very good. I mean, this is wild. I mean, you had less than 2,000 followers on the platform, and then your tweet copped over 220,000 poll votes. That was just in the first 24 hours. Obviously, your phone probably has just been blowing up.
I'm sure you're keeping across all of as many as you can comments. So I think for me, you're the authority on this. You've read as many as you can.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is there more doors or more wheels in the world?
Yeah, well, I actually started as Team Doors, but I'm convinced now there's more wheels.
Thank you very much. And what got you across the line for Team Wheels?
I think they're just everywhere. So, you think there's lots of doors in, a hotel or an office building, but then there's wheels on the bottom of chairs, they're in drawers, they're on trolleys.
Yeah.
Look, they're where you can't see them.
Ryan, I must admit...
They're where you can't see them is a great point.
That's the thing about wheels. They're where you can't see them. I'm sorry to say, but I'm sorry, door people. I think I'm now a believer in there's more wheels.
Thank you very much. It is Team Wheels for the win.
I've just got my key here, Ben. Do you want to grab yours as well and we'll both turn them at the same time?
I've always got my key, Liam, on my necklace.
Yes.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we've just opened the forbidden folder, okay? This is where all the ideas live, all the ideas that gets, poo-pooed and said, no, that's not appropriate for the radio.
Kind of like, how do you know a murderer?
Yeah, or what's prison like, or have you joined the Mile High Club? All ones we've done in the last couple of weeks, and they've been pretty juicy. 13, 24, 10. What have you done in the nude? What have you done in the nude?
What have you done in the nude?
13 24 10, calling all nudists. If you get in touch, we'll send you along to the Red Room tonight. I mean, have you done a day's work in the nude? Have you driven to work in the nude?
With people working from home, maybe everyone's working in the nude.
I think, anything at a nudist beach, not as exciting.
Yep.
Anything out of that region.
Even then, though, speaking to someone who has been nude on the beach, to me, is very foreign.
I wouldn't do it.
That you're willing to get all the bits out on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you got to keep the sand away from all the bits, for sure.
Imagine playing volleyball in the nude.
I'd love to speak to someone who's done that. I'd imagine it feels quite liberating. But look, nudists, if you have your phone on you, I don't know how you do that.
Also, let me stress, you don't have to be a nudist though. Just anybody doing anything in the nude, we will accept.
Yeah, absolutely. 13 24 10. Please call us this morning. What have you done in the nude? Got a text here from Debbie. She said, I went to Maslin's Beach when I was 20 and I burnt my nipples so bad that they couldn't touch anything for 2 weeks.
Oh, you don't think about that, do you?
Nipple burn? Nah, not at all. Adriana, this is your husband. What did he do in the nude?
Good morning. My husband and his teammates, after they won their big soccer game, decided as a victory to strip off, which their soccer oval was on a main road, and start playing their soccer game. And after the first injury, the game was over.
They all played soccer in the nude.
Naked?
Yes. And, someone kicked the wrong ball.
Oh, right, yeah, there you go.
And then it was out. They're like, no.
That's enough of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too much, for me, like, there's too much flying around.
Surely
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to be
Too
going
much.
into a slide tackle when you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, sometimes when they're taking a penalty and the goalie's jumping up and down,
It'd put you off, wouldn't
it
it?
really would put
You'd
you
be
off.
kicking it over the crossbar for sure. Thanks for that, Adriana. Shelley, what have you done in the nude?
We had a date day, Ben and Liam, at home with my partner at the time.
Oh, yeah.
The kids had a custody weekend with their other parents.
Yeah.
And so we decided to have a day at home doing everything naked. So washing dishes, having breakfast. My husband
fun
mowed the
idea.
lawn. We went for a swim.
You mowed the
Everything we did
lawn.
for the day. Just walked around looking at each other normally, but we were naked all day.
Oh, that's
from
fun,
dusk to
Shelley.
dawn.
Just getting
I like-
used to your
I like-
surroundings
I
and
like
your body.
how it's modest enough that you're doing it at home, but it's still a little bit like...
It's still a little out there. It's
Yeah.
still, you know, if you've got a neighbour with a 2-story house and they're watching your husband doing the lawns just naked, you know, that's an image they're never going to get away from their head.
Thank you very much, Shelley. Patricia joins us now. Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning, Ben and Liam.
What did you do in the
every
nude?
every afternoon, I like to strip off when I get home from work and water my garden nude.
Why are you doing it in the nude?
Well, because it feels good. The breeze is nice.
Yeah, right.
Nice air and everything
Are we
out.
talking front and back? I'm talking
do
about
you
the
mean?
garden, by the way.
Yeah, I'm talking my veggie patch out the front. So I do have to wait for the neighbours' kids to get home from school first so I don't scare them.
Yeah.
But,
You got
but yeah,
to take good care of that veggie patch, don't you, Patricia?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got to water the tomatoes. Absolutely.
Good to see it's keeping groomed. Last one here, Jack. What have you done in the nude?
That's me. I like to shear sheep naked.
No, you don't, Jack.
Yeah, mate.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why?
I'll probably might do one today.
Yeah, right. So you just like the feel of the wool on your skin?
Oh, and you just got to be nice to the sheep.
Yeah,
too, you know?
I just imagine the visual of, obviously I've seen people shear sheep, imagine the sheep on its back and Jack's kind of squatting over it.
And your colleagues walk into the shed and go, "Ah!" Ben, my mate's an electrician and he used a client's toilet over the weekend, which I don't think you're really supposed to do.
Well, no, I think it's fine. If you're over someone's house doing a job and you need to use the toilet, I would say that it'd be polite to ask. If they weren't around, I wouldn't blame you for
Look,
just going.
I'd say it's polite to ask, but you'd probably only be doing half the job. My friend clogged the client's toilet.
Oh, God. Oh, if you're going to do it, don't clog the toilet.
So, yeah, that's what
Must
he had
have
to do.
really needed to go.
Just really needed to.
Worst part is if you're a sparky, you're not a plumber, you can't.
Well, that's the
fix
thing.
that.
He had to call my other friend who's a plumber to come around and fix his.
Oh.
I know. How awkward.
Was the owner home?
The owner was gone, so they think they got away with it.
Oh, okay.
But still,
That's pretty funny.
I think they had to let them know. Just so you know, I clogged your toilet, but it's all sorted now, so it's all good. It's that stress, though, isn't it? Like, you know, when you're a kid and maybe you're kicking a ball around. I did that once. I kicked a ball through like a mate's window, broke the window, and just so embarrassed.
What happened?
The mum had a bit of a spray at us, but
He was kids playing.
nah, just kids playing around. But you are, you try and be on your best behaviour, even as an adult when you're at someone else's
Yeah,
house.
breaking something at your own house is bad, let alone at someone else's house.
What did you break in someone else's house? Tom, did you break something in someone else's house?
Wasn't me, a mate of mine, close mate of mine, plumber, had himself an apprentice on the job a couple of years ago, and they went into one of the rooms that they were working in, and there was a gym set up, and they had an old exercise bike with the old fins with the resistance from the wind.
Yeah.
And they're both banging on how good they were at riding push bikes. So he said, go on, then get on there and see what you can get it up to. So the apprentice gets on there and pedals like crazy to get this bike up to maximum speed.
Yeah.
And my mate turned around and said, I'll whip you, So apprentice gets off, mate gets on there. He's got legs like Mal Meningi, Then he gets on this bike and pedals like mad, drags the curtain straight off into the front wheel of the bike. As the curtain's wrapped around the front wheel and the chain, he's gone straight over the handlebars and smashed his head through the wall, through the gyprock wall. And, so that was obviously, like, when he was telling us the story, I was just cacking myself, very, very funny. So they sort of
so
pushed
good.
the helmet and the curtain back up on the wall and tried to patch everything.
Whoa.
There was grease all over the curtain. So
Did they get away with it, Tom? Did they get away with it, or did the owner know about it?
I don't exactly know, to be honest with you. I don't know where the owner, but there was grease all over the curtain, so they sort of wrapped that around the back and sort of tucked it in against the wall a bit.
Just hide it. I mean,
That sounds like
that-
Mr. Bean.
That's like you've ruined the bike. the curtain and the wall all in one swift motion. Chantel joins us now. Did you break something in someone else's house?
Yes, me and my sister, and then my other family friend and her sister, we were using the exercise ball, and then we were both like holding it in front of each other and then running up and like bouncing each other off.
Which is a funny thing to do.
Yeah.
I can remember doing that to my cousin, who was about 7 at the time, and I was probably like, I don't know, 15. And I yeeted him into the ground, and I didn't quite know my power.
And then you just literally fly, and then anyway, one of us flew and then smashed into their dad's big trophy cabinet with heaps of trophies and glassware, and it literally tumbled over and smashed on the floor.
Oh, wow. All Dad's prized possessions. And surely, I reckon you guys would have been making a little bit of a ruckus, a bit of a noise, if you're like giggling and running into each other, smashing the balls.
Surely,
I'm sure the parents are already annoyed by the point that it goes south.
And surely when that happens, you just want to curl up into a little ball and disappear. What happened, Chantel?
Well, we all just looked at each other with our mouths wide open and we're like, oh my God. And then when he walked upstairs, and I think we just said like, I don't know what happened. It just kind of like fell. and then at her 21st, we said that we were using the exercise ball and smashed it. Sorry.
And then he said, everyone out of here.
Calling all basketball fans. Switch on your binge this weekend and you'll find the newest series, Winning Time, showcasing the professional and personal lives of the 1980s Los Angeles Lakers.
The show's stomping on the gifted Irvin Magic.
Do not use that nickname in this house.
Starring alongside John C. Reilly and Jason Segel, we're now joined by two of the stars, Jason Clarke and Quincy Isaiah.
Oh, my God. This show is exciting. I think for basketball fans, for people who like sport, and just people who like entertainment in general, Jason, so the research for this role involved getting immersed in the culture of the LA Lakers, including watching them courtside. Was this one of the most fun projects you've ever been involved in?
Yeah, it was, man. I've always been a big John C. Reilly fan and Adam McKay, and then when you live in LA, you understand what the Lakers are for the city, and then what they are. I mean, with LeBron, and we went courtside the other night, and it's just, it's phenomenal. You're right there, and there's Mike Tyson, there's rappers, there was Ice Cube there. It was just, and then you're watching, big LeBron just throw it down. But it's. I mean, particularly basketball. It's unlike other sports. It's just as big, but it also, it's fashion and music, and it really has a big influence all around the world. And I loved hearing Quince and the guys and all these, these boys that had grown up with it and lived it. It was a lot of fun.
Ben and I got to be courtside for the Adelaide 36ers once, and that was pretty cool. The Pyramid 36ers. I mean, I could only imagine the NBA.
Hey, Quincy, the series all kicks off with the signing of Magic during the 79 NBA draft. You play the great man. Is it true, though, that you wanted to be cast as Shaq?
Yeah, that was my hero growing up. I wanted to play the Diesel, the Big Aristotle, Superman.
Big Aristotle.
Right? He got all the nicknames. Yeah. And, I was a bigger kid, so I just wanted to, he was my hero.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to be that big and that powerful and that dominant. But, I mean, being able to play Magic it might be a little bit better,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Just knowing what he did for the NBA and where it got to today and where he is today is it's an incredible role.
And Jason, you played Jerry West, so for people who don't know basketball,
I wanted to play Karl Malone, the mailman. He was always my guy back in the day. Always delivering. Yeah, you John Stockton.
I got you.
I'm Karl Malone. I'll post it up, mate. I'll post it up.
So Jerry's silhouette is like literally the NBA logo. So that's how iconic he is. Was it daunting playing a figure who people like know so intimately?
Yeah, you do. You get it everywhere. People call it out now. People, we went to the Rolling Stones, and they probably call it logo. Jerry, he's one of the great people of basketball. He's been there in the very early days when no one was watching it. Before we start here, he's put together some of the great teams, and his love of the game, and his development of where it tormented him for a long time, because he also lost more than anyone in history, I think. To Bill Russell and the Celtics, and he's still the only guy that's won MVP in a losing finals team. He's the only player ever. And he regards that as, as an insult more than anything, or, as a cross to bear.
People are going to love this show. John C. Reilly is in the series. Jason, is it true that John C. Reilly took you into a special room to show you his prized possessions.
Yeah, his clown room.
What do you mean his clown room?
He's got a room full of beautiful clown portraits. And you go down, they come along with this show, it's like, you wander down, then you go, oh, hang on, whoa. And then I gathered that not many people have heard about it, but not many people have seen it, so I can vouch for it.
Quincy, did you get to see the clown room?
Not yet.
Oh,
I'm excited now, though.
Yeah, well, hey.
We went to a game a couple days ago, and he told me to meet him at his house, but I couldn't make it to the house, so we just met at the game. But I think he was trying to show me the clown room.
That makes sense now. That's what he was trying to do.
He was trying to show me the clown room.
Hey, look, make sure you check it out. Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty is streaming now on Binge. New episodes drop every Monday. Jason and Quincy, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Seems like there's a hell of a lot happening in the world at the moment. You got the tension in Russia and Ukraine. You got this new mosquito thing. Petrol prices going through the roof. That doesn't seem to bother producer Belle. Her head's really buried in the sand on one particular thing. It's Kylie Jenner from the Kardashians and her baby name.
Look, I am a low-key fan of Kylie Jenner. I do follow her on everything, and I've never watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but there's something about Kylie. I can't stop following her.
She's the youngest.
Yes. So
I thought
she's...
Kendall was the youngest.
No. Go Kylie, then Kendall, then all the others on top.
Really?
So Kylie's the youngest. So there's this story that's kind of been brewing for a little bit now. So you've got Kylie Jenner, huge name. But then you've got Tammy Hembrow, who is a Australian Instagram influencer. Now, the tension that has formed between them is over their baby names. So Kylie has just given birth about a month ago to her second child. She called him Wolf.
Wolf, yeah, I remember seeing that story.
Yeah. Tammy, however, over here in Australia, big influencer, has a 6-year-old boy called Wolf. Now, years ago, Tammy and the Kardashians were linked. They were kind of friends. She was on the show a little bit. And then she had Wolf. And now everybody is saying that Kylie has copied Tammy's baby name. And then the drama has now escalated in the kind of last 24 hours because Tammy started posting Instagram photos of her with her son Wolf going, my Wolf, and Wolf's mum. And then,
Tammy,
the kicker is...
That bee.
Somebody commented on that and said, I just know you're naming your baby Bentley because she's pregnant at the moment. Now, Bentley is the car model that Kylie drives.
Oh, God.
And then she's all about her Bentleys. And then Tammy replied and said, actually, I'm liking the name Stormy at the moment.
Scandalous.
That's the most I've ever screamed into the microphone.
Anyway, so that's the drama.
It is a thing, though. It is a thing,
isn't it,
of people taking other people's baby names.
I think, is that a thing that I'm assuming your parents are the same? Like mums are normally like, you never ever tell anyone about your baby names. You keep them to yourself because people steal them. Hey, did they steal your baby name? Like, is there someone who you work with, or maybe it's a friend, God forbid, like a sibling? Did they know about your baby name? And they stole it and used it before you could.
13 24 10. That is the number. Give us a buzz.
Oh, Ashley, it happened to you, did it?
Hi, Ben and Liam. It sure did. My mum stole my baby name for my future daughter for her dog.
Your mum stole the baby name? No.
What was the name?
The name's Millie.
Far more fitting to a beautiful young girl than a dog.
Yeah.
So you obviously confided in your mum. You said, this is what I'm going to call my daughter one day. And then your mum got a dog. And then did she tell you that she's going to steal it, or did she surprise you with it?
Well, it went the other way around. She was brainstorming names for her dog. And I said, I like the name Millie for my future daughter. And she said, well, I'm going to take that.
Oh.
Just point blank.
Have you had a child yet?
No, I
Okay,
haven't.
so it's more like a future, like you were just getting ready for it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the dog's lifetime, I mean, not to be sad about it, but I mean, by the time you...
No, there's already tainted.
Yeah.
Maybe you can call your daughter Rex. I don't know, Ashley. That'll get her.
Yeah, or Oscar.
Travis joins us now. Did they steal your baby name?
Not quite. They actually stole my dog's name.
Your dog's name? What happened?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I called my dog Calais because I've got a VL Calais, and my other dog Turbo and Diesel and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, my cousin went, oh, that's a really nice name, Calais. I like Calais as well, like the Commodore Calais.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're kidding, mate? And he goes, no. So yeah, he named the Calais after mine.
So hang on, did your cousin call their kid or their dog Calais as well?
No, their kid.
So the kid's called Calais.
Yeah.
It's funnier for a dog, I think. For a human to be called Commodore or something like that.
Yeah, not to rag on your cousin, but I reckon Calais is a better dog name than a son name.
This is my daughter, XR6.
Cast your mind back to 2014 and you can't go past this huge hit.
Give me one good reason why I should never make a change.
Well, since then, George Ezra has been releasing hit after hit, gaining 11 million streams every month and becoming multi-platinum. Now, he's just released his latest single, Anyone For You. Please welcome George Ezra.
George Ezra, good morning. Pleasure to have you on.
Thank you very much for having me. How are you guys?
We're well. I think we're better than you. I mean, most people get chicken pox when they're a toddler, but you got it last week. Is that right?
Yeah, man. I was like, I managed to dodge this virus for 2 years, right? and that was the 2 years where I had absolutely nothing on.
Yeah.
And then the week that I'm supposed to go out and perform for the first time in 3 years, I get chicken pox.
You know, COVID's kind of one of those ones you're like, everyone gets it. It's fair. You got to do your 7 days, your 10 days, or whatever. But chicken pox it's kind of like in the same category as head lice for me. As like George, it's a kid.
I remember. That's such a bar.
So in the new song, you meet someone called Tiger Lily and you swept off your feet a bit. Then you say this.
And then I said, here's my number, hit me up if you're needing anyone.
Here's my number, hit me up if you're needing anyone. Have you ever used that pickup line before and does it work?
25% of the time, every time, my friend. No, I haven't ever used that line. I don't think.
Yeah, you seem like more of a nicer guy. Like you just have I don't really get vibes from you.
Then again, that is like that's a nice pickup line. Like I don't think that's a sleazy one at all. That's like a nice one.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I don't know what I don't think I have a go-to. You just meet people, don't you?
Yeah. If anything, it's creepy to have a line that you're using. Like you're walking up to people and going,
yeah, actually, more to the point. If I was like, no, actually, that's not my line. I actually said, that would be like, come on, man.
Also, hey, now that Australia is open to internationals, any plans to come back to Australia?
How can I say? I'm sure we will.
Sounds like you're coming pretty soon. I've done enough of these interviews to know.
I can read between the lines.
Yeah. I mean, judging there's no chicken pox, I'd say within the next 12 months, which is exciting. That's for your fans here. And we've got a bit of a challenge for you as well, because next time you're in Australia, I think we'd like you to cook us one of your famous George Ezra burgers, because we heard as a 16-year-old when you were in Australia on a holiday, this is before you blew up, you were just flipping burgers at Splendour in the Grass, one of Ben and myself's favourite festivals.
Man, so I was visiting family and someone was like, more or less like, George, you're into music. I can get you into Splendour if you work on the burger van. Right? So I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. I was 16 and the gig was I would be there working at the burger van for the 2 days before the festival opened, like serving up to all the workers. And then when the festival opened, joining the festival on my time off. The first day when I'm just serving up to the workers, I say to the dude, I'm like, hey, could I grab that wristband? He said, I'll give it to you tomorrow. So I was like, okay, cool. And then the next day came around, I'm serving up to the workers. Then when I'm like sleeping in this pop-up tent by a generator, and no one's there. It's not like they're up for hanging out with me. I'm just this weird British kid that they've got doing their work. So then the second day I was like, can I grab that wristband? And he was like, what I'll do is I'll give it to you tomorrow when the festival's open, right? So I was like, okay, cool. The festival opens, and I'm like, dude, I need that wristband. This is go time now. He's like, George, man, I'm really sorry. I'm not going to be able to get you a wristband.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I left, and it's just the sorriest image.
So you never actually made it.
I remember packing up this sorry tent in my bag and walking through the crowds. I was like, I need to stay here. I was the 16-year-old kid. So it was a sad, sad day for me.
Well, I'm glad you went home, because otherwise I reckon there would have been a few George Ezra special sauce slags in the burgers if they'd promised you a ticket and then you still had to work on the van and not enjoy yourself.
It was the right thing to do. I think I spoke to the burger flipping union and they said I did the right thing. And hopefully I'll be back to perform.
Well, mate, that's it. And if that burger man's there, you can boycott his van. I'm sure you wouldn't do that. But anyway,
you know what they'll do? The label will try and spin it so they're like, we think it's a really good promo opportunity. You go and put the apron back on.
They so would do that. So will. That's 100% happening.
Hey, make sure you grab George's new single, Anyone For You. It is out now. George Ezra, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Not at all. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely day.
There's a love rap. Love rap. There's a love rap.
Producer Mel, you are the love rat.
Yes, that's me.
And
Hello.
if you're ever looking for a bit of love advice,
Yep.
if you're going, you know what, I've got this conundrum in my life and I want to kibosh it, well, just email the love rat.
Yeah, I mean, you can also send through stories. Please don't send memes. It's not really the forum for it. We get a lot of memes. loverat@novafm.com.au. We try and make that the place for
Yes.
this segment. We've got an awesome one from Cheyenne, and she said, love rat, how's this? My friend's wife was doing the dirty on him. After 7 years of marriage, she'd been cheating on him with another guy from work. So they're split now. He split with her. Before she moved out, he's a tradie, right? And he cut the left heel off of all of her shoes just 8 millimeters shorter on all of her left
That's
shoes.
so petty.
Subtle revenge.
Yeah, scoliosis revenge. That's going to put your hips out over time, isn't it?
That's annoying.
That is really
so
annoying. And I
mean.
suppose
I
she
mean-
would... Yeah, no,
Would
she
you
was
notice-
cheating on him. I think cheating on someone's meaner than that.
Yeah.
Would you notice, do you think, or do you think you just get a sore back and go, what is causing this?
I reckon you'd be going to chiropractors
Yeah.
and stuff, but going, something's just not right. And they're like, I fixed this like 3 times. I just don't know what you're doing. You're
That's
not
good revenge.
That is a good revenge. Yeah.
It is. I mean,
it's sort of like little and nasty.
it is. And like I said, look, it is mean, and I get that she cheated, and that's horrible. But I think, like, that's, like you said, it's going to be so over time that by the time it actually takes its effect on her, he's going to be long gone, she's moved on, whatever. Well, have you guys ever gotten revenge on any exes?
Nah.
Too nice. I always go by success is the best revenge. And I think if people, say to you, like, if people are mean or whatever, and they say you're not going to be anything,
Yeah.
and then you come out.
I'm
and
the
you
love
do-
rat now. Look at me.
I wouldn't say love rat is my best thing that I do. But yeah, I think success is the best revenge.
I think success is good revenge, but I'm looking for, like, cutting the heels off someone.
Yeah, can we like not like this?
Yeah, I
this
don't
is
want, like-
revenge. It doesn't even have to be for a partner. It could just be for anything. But
Yeah.
how did you get revenge?
It could be for, like, a neighbour. Let's just see what we get, hey?
Jackie, how did you get revenge?
My ex had a relationship, an affair with this woman who water skied. So I went up to my property on the riverfront and I shoved a screwdriver through the crutch of her dry suit. So
Cop that.
I was like, at first when you were talking, Jackie, I was like, I thought you were going to, like, cut the brakes on the boat.
I thought we
or,
were going to
like,
have to drop the call and
tamper
call the
with
police.
yeah, I thought, I was like, oh, this is actually going to be like a crime.
Yeah.
But you put the screwdriver through so it had a hole in it.
absolutely. So, and being a dry suit is completely sealed. So
Yep.
I had pierced the crutch, so she wouldn't know until she actually got out on the water on that scene.
That's so
And then
small
my
petty.
mother also told me to put a potato in the exhaust pipe of the boat. So
Oh, yeah. Well, that,
I
that-
did
yeah,
do.
that's probably not as good, though. Yeah, yeah. Like the ones where they get a bit of a wet bum are always a bit
Yeah,
more fun. than,
yeah, yeah.
What if the potato backfired and shot out and
We used,
killed
to
it?
we used to always put potatoes in, like, exhaust pipes growing up.
What
Yeah.
does it do?
I don't think I did much. I think the whole point
But
is
if the car can't,
I think if the
it's always
exhaust
bad for the car,
if the
right?
exhaust can't get out, it's bad for the car. I think, and then it might not start.
Right,
I believe.
okay.
I don't know. I never stuck around. I never stuck around to find out what would happen. We just went popping them in there, running around, going.
You're the worst, man. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't have liked to hang out with you as a kid.
You could almost say our next guest is the face of Australian television. He first appeared on our screens as the weatherman on Sunrise. He's hosted shows such as Family Feud, Dancing with the Stars, and Celeb Name Game. Now he's just launched his 3rd series of his podcast, It's All True. Please welcome Grant Denyer.
Right, Daniel, what a pleasure. How have you been, mate?
I feel like I've just won a gold logie or something. What an intro. I've got tingles.
Of course you have.
Yeah, you would know the feeling.
Yeah. Oh, classic Grant.
I didn't know you were going to bring it up.
in the first 5 seconds of the interview. Oh, I almost feel like that thing I won. Remember that time, guys?
Just in case you weren't going to get to it, I was.
Yeah. Well, very well deserved as well. And we're so excited to have you a part of the Nova team
Yeah,
now.
welcome to the family.
With your
guys.
podcast, It's All True. It's onto its 3rd season. It's a podcast you do with your your wife, right?
Yeah.
Would it be something that the girls will listen to one day, listen to Mum and Dad's podcast, or not for a while
hell
yet?
no.
Okay. Yeah. You'll be locking
No
that one
way.
away.
We thought we thought we could test this relationship out this morning, Grant. How long have you been married for? Just asking.
14 years.
What we've actually done is we've reached out to your wife, Shezzy, and we've asked her some questions, and we want to ask you the same questions, and we want to see if your answers match up.
Oh, I see. I know what this is. You get the game show guy on, you do the old switcheroo, and you play the games on me. I love it.
That's right. If you get them wrong, we'll definitely let her know about it. Let's see how you go. So, Grant, when and where was your first kiss?
Ooh. On the lips.
And whereabouts was it? Do you remember where you were?
Melbourne Cup. So it was Melbourne.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh God. I would say the Novotel in Melbourne after quite a few shandies.
Okay. All right, to loosen you up a little bit, well, let's see what Shezzy had to say.
Our first kiss was at the Sofitel in Melbourne. It was Melbourne Cup weekend.
Oh, sorry, that's wrong.
Why is that wrong?
You said Novotel. She said Sofitel.
You want to be brand specific?
No.
Novotel, Sofitel, it all ends in tel.
No. I'm sorry. You're
This is
a bad
our
man.
game show, Grant. You
Mate,
play by
it's
our
a
rules.
French parent company, okay?
All right, question number 2.
Okay, Grant. You might need to do a bit of soul searching here, but after 14 years of marriage, I'm sure Shezzy's let you know a few times. What's your most annoying habit?
Trimming my nails in the bathroom sink because often my nail clippings fly off and land in her toothbrush.
Oh.
She doesn't realise until she brushes her teeth and then her gums bleed.
That's marriage, isn't it? Let's find out what Shezzy said.
Grant's most annoying habit, I would have to say, is cutting his fingernails at the bathroom sink, because occasionally a piece of fingernail I find in my toothbrush.
Word for word, verbatim. You've got
Wow.
it. These guys are married.
Holy
also,
hell.
to be fair, I'm kind of on your side. Like, where are you supposed to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exactly my argument. Thank you.
You know,
I don't know why I just got so passionate all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
no, I get it though, because
Mate, I'm doing it here to try and land most of them in the sink so I can flush them down. What do you want me to do in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Where does she do it?
I've never seen her do it. That's so weird.
All right, look, we have got 50-50 here. We've got one more question to go.
Yeah, Grant Denyer joining you this morning. He's got a Nova podcast. It's all true. He does it with his wife, Shezzy. We're seeing how well they know each other this morning. Last question for you, Grant. I think you need this for the win, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Does she have a pet name for you?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
It's funny because we met at Melbourne Cup.
Right.
And things got a little steamy. And from that moment on, she crowned me. My nickname is Giddy Up.
Oh, okay.
Which is now, it's not a joke. This is for real. It's now been shortened to Giddy. So I'm in her phone as Giddy Gumdrops, actually. So the kids aren't onto it.
That's a good name to have, I reckon.
Yeah.
Let's find out what Shezzy said.
My pet name for Grant is Giddy.
Hey!
Giddy Gumdrops, or Gidlet.
Oh, mate.
It's meant to be, guys.
I wanted to be like, oh, how embarrassing, giddy gumdrops, but now I know it's more like giddy. I'm
Giddy
like,
up,
well, all I can say is Grant Denyer. You're not winning awards just for television, as it seems.
No, let's just say after breaking my back, it's good to know it still works, guys.
Make sure you listen to Giddy and Shezzy Denyer's podcast. It's all true now on the Nova Player app. Grant, thanks for joining us this morning, mate.
Ben and Liam, thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun. Love you.
Liam, I've got my wedding coming up now in, what's the date today? Today is the 7th of March, so it's about 6 weeks away.
Yeah, it's coming up real soon.
And I'm pretty sure that's probably why my partner Sam was so emotional on Saturday when we attended a wedding together, Liam.
Yeah, there was some friends of ours getting married. She was a mess before before the ceremony had even started.
Yeah, 100%. I'm very worried of what she's going to be like on our wedding day because she was bawling her eyes out, not even while the bride was walking down the aisle to the beautiful music. It was before anyone was even there.
13-24-10, what made you cry that shouldn't have? During COVID, 6 days in, I had one of those iPhone gallery slideshows that started playing on my phone, made me cry. I also cried when the first Star Wars trailer for like the new ones came out. Just struck a nerve.
Helen joins us now.
How you doing?
Very good, thank you. What made you cry that shouldn't have?
Fireworks. Every time, blubbering mess. They're just so beautiful.
Fireworks make you cry.
As in just, you're seeing the sky being lit up. It overwhelms
like standing there at, a beautiful event, just standing there, and then all of a sudden I just fill with tears and just look at them and go, oh my God, I know it's loud and I don't know, I just love them.
Yeah, right. Scared. Michelle, what made you cry that shouldn't have?
Hi, guys. When I watched the commercials for Doghouse Australia where they're matching the dog to the family, the new family.
Yeah.
So, it makes me very, very emotional when I see all those little dogs come out and all these people want them, and I know what the dogs do for me. So every time I see a little dog, it makes me cry.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty powerful ad if you can do that like within really 30 seconds, and then it's a Hungry Jack's ad all of a sudden. Sean, what made you cry that shouldn't have?
In Fast and the Furious 8, when Dominic names his son Brian.
That's such a man thing to cry at, isn't it?
It's even just funny saying Fast and Furious 8.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, are we seriously up to that now? Amanda, what about you? What made you cry that shouldn't have?
On Friday, starting work, I went into my office and the light right above me was flickering. That was it. They sent me to the bathroom to have a cry to cry.
You were just like, enough! Like, everything's going wrong today. Like, yeah, right.
Were you already were you having a rough morning up to that point, or was that just the first thing that set you off?
Oh, it was like 7:30 in the morning. Like, I just literally got out of bed straight to work. It was the worst.
Yeah,
we can't fix things in store because, we're not allowed to.
Yeah.
So I had to put up with it until someone got there.
Yeah. It must have been horrible. That's been a horrible experience. And that's the end of the Ben and Liam podcast. Big star on the show next week.
Who do we have?
Ben, I'm going to level with you.
You haven't got anybody?
I'm going to need to find a big star. I don't know if you know anyone or any connections to big stars, but I sort of made a big promise earlier, and now I don't know.
I know a few people.
Cool.
There's a guy who does the Virginia fish and chip shop called Fat Jesse.
No. Yeah. I mean,
I can get him.
I need like a big star, not just a big person. We're in the middle of the podcast! Oh, the producing staff here. I don't believe it. I'm so sorry for that.
I don't think that would have came through the mic.
It affected my performance.
Sorry, podcaster. Sorry for that drove experience you just had to...
Unbelievable.
God. You know what? Andy's fault.
Andy, yeah.
Absolute Andy's fault.
Thin ice champ.
So thin.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.